Hi. Whoa. Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Okay. This is so cool.
This is crazy, actually.
How was your day?
It was pretty good, actually. Just normal, slow. Yeah. I'm just gonna start by apologizing if I'm not speaking correctly. I'm not very fluent in English, but
You
I,
sound like fine to me. I don't know, to be honest. You sound great. But no need to apologize for that ever.
you know.
But
And you, how was your day?
okay, yeah. Me and Sonia, who's also on Everyone is a Girl, we worked on the website today and we fixed that.
Oh,
So soon everything will be digitized for everyone, which will be really
nice.
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know how we should start. Do you want to introduce yourself and like what you've been working on in school and otherwise?
Okay, I think I can start by saying my name is Beatriz Carola. It's kind of a difficult name to say if you're not Portuguese, but yeah, it's basically like Beatriz, but with a Z instead of like a CE. You can call me Bia. It's easier if you want. I'm 21 years old, and I'm on the first year of my master's degree in uh, how is it in English? I think it's something like studies and management of culture. We
Mm-hmm.
basically do like it's a mix of a theoretical approach to art and more management studies of how we can create our own cultural organizations and everything like that. So it's kind of like something that is at the same time, it's like simultaneously theoretical but also like more practical, so it
Mm-hmm.
has like both ways. I did my undergraduate degree in artistic studies in the faculty of humanities and arts in University of Lisbon, and I have been doing some research about how culture and internet are always intertwined. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, this is something that I am very passionate about. I'm still learning and I'm still doing things very slowly, but I think that is something that I'm very passionate about. So, like, everyone is a girl is a very something that is very interesting to me, how it works, and how people are coming together from like many parts of the world, just thinking about stuff, and uh, how we are all connected is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How did you find Everyone was a Girl? Or did you find me first?
I
I
don't
I
know.
don't
Actually,
remember.
I was thinking about that, and I'm not sure. Maybe it was because of Paloma, because
Oh.
she's Portuguese, and she plays in Girls 96, and I have some friends that are talking about them, and so maybe it was through that, but I'm not sure, because that's also something that is very interesting about how social media works. We just go through it, and sometimes we don't even fix how how it was, how did we get through the information. So I think it was probably that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. That makes so much sense because it's such a small city. I'm sure that,
Yeah.
yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you DM me at some point, but I don't know why. I don't remember. But I will confess that I do this thing, where I go through everyone who follows Everyone is a Girl, and if I like their profile, I follow them on my main. So like, it also might have been that.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times. and I've made so many friends that way. It's so fun. Um, but yeah, I just went through our like conversation and I saw that you talked about how you basically made a made your computer open access for a performance piece or something like that.
Yeah.
How did that work? Oh my
Okay.
God.
Some friends of mine, they are organizing, and I'm actually starting to work with them also in this festival. Um, it's a like a, they call it a theater festival, but it's more like a performative arts festival here
Mhm.
in Lisbon that is called Teatro Quadrado. That it basically it's the translation is kind of like square theater, because it's supposed to be performances that are shown in in apartments, in houses, like particular like individual spaces, not like a big theater where everyone can gather. It's supposed to be like someone who gives their house to have like a night where everyone can enjoy many pieces of art, and it's like performative arts. And so at last year, like in March, I think, I I proposed a performance, and my idea was that I wanted to do a performance, but without me in it. So how can I do a performance without me doing it? So without my own contribution as a body and as my own actions. And so I was thinking about how the public can um, create these energies, because it's something that I'm also very interested about, is like this idea of co-presence that is created within performative arts and contemporary arts, and how everyone can be gathered together in one place in one time to start and do something. And so I placed a lot of my objects here that I have in my room, like diaries, like books that I really like, and that has like they have some connection to what I feel is interesting or what I think is relevant um, in arts, in literature, in life, basically. And also, I brought like a CD player, like a Walkman, and my computer, and I basically placed the computer like completely open, that so that anyone could access my computer, and they could see everything that was on my computer. So they can see like my documents, they can see like my social media, they could see my it had like a playlist that I made with songs that I think they're interesting to me, and they were playing like in loop. And so it was kind of like a way of placing this idea that I have, that the computer and the social media and the internet is something that is very part of our own lives. And so in placing the computer in a room for so that people could see and could access everything, it was something that was I think it would be interesting for people to share. And also I had like a little box that I can show you. It's over here.
Yeah.
That I made. I have like this little box. I don't know if you can see it,
Oh my God, so cute.
that I made. And so it's like a little box that I and basically just
Oh my God.
and it had like a lot of USB pens,
Mhm.
and the pens had something that was like a sticker that said "Still Me."
Mhm.
So basically, the idea was that people could, through the USBs, steal information that was on my computer. And so, what I wanted to make people think with these ideas was that maybe something that is personal to me is not really personal. Maybe something that everyone can share and everyone can not only relate to it, but also like this idea that, I don't know. I think that individuality is important, but at the same time, we sometimes, as artists, as creators, as thinkers, we tend to be much more in our own heads, and we don't think about the collective um, affect of this, of our own actions and our own thoughts. And so, yeah, I think people really liked it because also it was something that was playing through all of the nights. So we had a lot of performances, and in the intervals of those performances, people could come to the room because this was in a small room, because this was in a house, so it was like an apartment floor, and most of the performances were in the living room, and this performance was in the bedroom. So it was like a very intimate space that people could share and read about, like, my past love life in 2019. And they could talk to each other about what they saw. People also discovered like some PowerPoints that I made when I was like 7 or 8, that was like Club Penguin themed, and so they were sharing it and sending them to their friends, and it was something that was very, very funny to see how people could transform what you, like, basically put there to for them to to manipulate, and they actually did it. So it was a very interesting performance for me to program, to not program, how do you say it, like, how do you say it, like, to,
Like
yeah,
to
to
present?
basically, yeah, and to activate, because it wasn't like something that I really made. It was something that was made by the people that were there. Yeah.
I love that. Wait, were you there? Like, were you walking around the house while this was happening? Or were
Yeah,
you like,
but I,
oh,
I was like, I don't want to interrupt anything, so I'm just gonna be like on the side. I don't wanna, yeah.
did anyone like, I guess, have security concerns or anything like that? Was
Yeah, yeah,
anyone
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah?
yeah, yeah. Many people saw, at the end, they were talking to me and saying something like, "Oh, that is very brave what you did, like you," and I was like, "Just go with it, just do it."
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I don't know. I guess as long as you don't have your SSN or something on
yeah, 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 yeah.
there.
It's also about how um, this feeling of trust that you put in this place, and that you basically allow yourself to be free of any anxiety or worrying about all of these things. You just go with the flow and just say, like, this is something that I want to, for people to think about their own lives, their own relationships with each other. And yeah, I don't think that anything went wrong. I think it went very well, but also I think it also went that way because it was a very controlled um, um, platforms. So people, many of the people that are in the public are people that know each other, and they are aware of, like, these kinds of rules of these places, and so they were very specific. But yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of like community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah. Was this like a while ago or was this recently? Like, have you had
I,
time to think about it?
I had like some time because I've been following the Teatro Quadrado's work like since 2010, 22 or 21. And I also did a performance with one of my colleagues, that we also have like something that is very funny, and I think it's very difficult to put into words what it is. But basically, we are like a band that doesn't exist.
What?
Uh,
What does that mean?
um, yeah, and so we did like a presentation. So it's something that has been with me for a long time, and I had some time to think about it. But also, this basically works as you have an idea, and you fill a form, and then when you're finished filling the form, you start actually putting the idea into like a material space. And so this was things that I was thinking about, but they actually just materialized when I was actually doing it. So yeah.
Mhm. Damn. So you do performance. Do
Yeah.
you make work like online as well, or is it most like, you know,
Um,
physical stuff?
I haven't done much performative art online, I think, but I also have this idea that this is very basic, but that we when we are putting ourselves through these social media profiles, we also are performing. So
Yeah.
I have this very specific idea of how I have like this name on my Instagram that is like
Mhm.
internet session, and so it's about this presence that is not really there. And I also think that all the photos that I have in my profile, they're not really me. They're like an image that I created. So I think this performance is something that is like constant, is like a constant performance online. And so yeah.
That's real as fuck. I actually like I really want to talk about the rectangles and the squares with you. Because I feel like this is really important. And I'm gonna just because
Yeah, for real.
I literally posted your what you said about
Mhm.
the rectangles and the squares on Tumblr and on Instagram because I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna read it out so the people watching this can hear. But um, I've been thinking about this a lot. As a creative, I depended on Instagram's rules and possibilities to experiment with my own ideas of what images I want to let others see. Maybe this was never my place to begin with. I tend to forget that this is not a place of creation, of fruition. It never was. Um, and I saw this like right after it happened, and I was just so happy that someone else like deeped it as much as I did because I really fucking deeped it.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to ask about like your thought process and like why it affected you that way.
Yeah, I was actually like at work when this happened, and I just opened Instagram for a while, and I was like, why is everything like stretched? And when it hit me, I was like, okay, so what am I gonna do? It was like it's kind of surreal. It's kind of because when you have a platform that's in its this idea that I was saying about the possibilities, but also like the rules and the also the limitations of it. It's you go through, and this I like internet as like a metaphysical space. It's very interesting because you go to that place, and you place yourself in that place with you place yourself in that place with uh, um, with the rules that he has, and you find some comfort in it, when you are like for a long time in it, and when that kind of comfort breaks, it's like it's not really there anymore. So Instagram doesn't feel like Instagram anymore. When it started having like stories, it was like, okay, so what is it? Is this Snapchat? Like, what's happening? But then people started using it, and it was like, okay, this could be something else that Instagram also has to offer. Um, but the idea that Instagram stops having the one-to-one square grid is something that is like the kind of like the death of the platform, because it started as something that was very square, and it was about pictures and about this way of seeing pictures. And as it starts dissolving that idea, it starts being something else.
Mhm.
And the people that are working with this platform, as you are, as I am, um, I think we feel kind of betrayed by the platform, because we spend a lot of time curating these spaces, creating our profiles to have this representation of what we want people to see, and it kind of breaks, and it's not it anymore. And I think that this is something that it has to it I don't know. I think that the social media spaces, they're becoming like less what they were before, and this kind of ideas of community, of internet as a third place, it kind of started to shatter, because every corporation wants to, and this is also because of the corporation. So we are using these places as if they were our own places, but they are not. They are places that are regulament. Sorry, they're like um, made by
Regular.
corporations, and we tend to forget that. We tend to forget that
Yeah.
these are not our own places. This is not our bar that we come and we go there with our friends. This is something that has a lot of work that is on the backstage and that we don't see. Um, and I think it's kind of sad when we think about it that way, because it's also something that I personally depend a lot on it to see what my friends are doing, what people are doing, how things are changing, what is new in the world. And at the same time, I want to free myself from that, but at the same time, I also want to be a part of that. So yeah, it's very conflicting, these ideas in the Instagram space. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it would be so nice to like be free and not like carry the weight anymore, but at the same time, like there's no alternative in terms of like how people promote their creative work or
Mhm.
their events or like how you even meet new people. Like there's no other platform that we use that way. That's
Yeah.
like that's such a gateway to in-person interaction as well.
Hmm.
Um, and like how people identify themselves in their own terms. I don't know, like it's just like what comes after that is like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like do you think something else is just gonna be made like as kind of like Instagram or like
I don't know, because also I think that when we see other platforms, we have like TikTok that it started gaining popularity, but it's a social media platform, but at the same time, because it's mostly ruled by video and constant video, that you are kind of like watching television, but with commentary on the side. And Instagram has these very many interactions that you can have within the platform, that I think that also nowadays they're more like decentralized that than before, because now I think that if we want to see posts, we have to see the stories first, because I don't personally go through the feed like I used to, because yeah, it's different. But I think that TikTok doesn't have like this kind of interaction that Instagram could uh, uh, like like have this possibility of people doing this interaction. But also, when I'm thinking about other platforms that already exist, like Tumblr for trans, uh, I think that is very interesting what you said, like in your dissertation, about like Tumblr as a counter public space. But it is a counter public because not many people use it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because it is a counter public, it doesn't have this possibility of like it creates a community, but it is a very like a very small one.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have many impact, I think, uh, to the world, and how things are changing. And I don't know. So I think that these platforms are because they are changing, and they're not changing in a way that people feel they should. They kind of break this possibility that the internet could be like a place of community, of open access, of liberation. It's becoming more and more like, yeah.
But at the same time, like I think a lot of older people would say that the platforms were the disillusionment of that practice, because like before there was like blogging and like having your own website and stuff, and that was
Mhm.
really when there was this utopic undertone to being online, and that's when being online was also still a subculture in some ways.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I heard about yesterday, not that I've used it myself, but some girl at my launch, she was telling me about PIFYI, which is like this newsletter, Perfectly Imperfect. They made this app, and people like use the app, and apparently a lot of people in the app like link to their like NeoCities websites and like their
Okay.
blogs and stuff. And I've also seen a lot of projects recently about like deplatformization and like returning to like
Mhm.
hosting your own website and stuff. So like I'm wondering that now that so many social media platforms are just like not like they're just going to shit, like whether
Mhm.
there's going to be some sort of revival in that, or like a retro sort of
I would love that, actually.
embrace.
I
Me
would love.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, because and it's much more easier to access information through websites also. Like when I'm doing research, I social media is just a mess, and when I have like a place where I can see everything at the same time, I'm so blessed. And I think that websites also um, create these possibilities. Yeah. Um, mhm.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like the key is like a really like bare bones sort of uh like platform where you can just make like I guess you can just like write text and like have a profile, but then most of
Mhm.
the text like is just links to
Yeah.
like the internet in some way, or like that encourages you to like go and build your own thing. Because I think that's the other complaint with like Instagram as well, is that it almost feels less customizable because of how
Mhm.
much like you're subjected to in terms of your feed and also in terms of your profile versus like a Tumblr. But like I don't want Tumblr to be Instagram.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want it to play the role that Instagram plays at all.
yeah. Yeah, but if Instagram just stops having impact in people's lives, what is next? Actually, like,
Yeah, yeah. I I don't know. The other choice is like for artist cafes to just come back. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, what's the like cultural scene like in Lisbon? Like, do people meet in person a lot? Like, is there kind of these like cafes or like or bars like where people always go,
Mm.
or is it like very much also online?
I think that this is something that is kind of difficult for me to talk about because I have I think it's very also decentralized, um, because yeah, and we have many different scenes, um, and people. I don't know. I think that people are very they're 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 interested in like community spaces and community creating, but also at the same time they tend to create their own like how do you say, like collectives, like
Hmm.
their artive collectives, and it's very like independent. So we have some people that do this, also some people that do that, and uh, they don't really tend to 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 mix.
It's clicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that internet plays a big place in promoting these activities, but at the same time, I think that is um, yeah, very much like some people do this, other people do that, and they don't really. They might like acknowledge each other's works, but I don't know. This is where I feel like is happening. People are just doing their own things and they're not really communicating with each other. And I think this is something that is very sad because people could like take yeah, it could be beneficial to their own works if they collaborated more with each other and have yeah. And also there is like this idea still that every genre, like art genre, is very closed. So we have music, we have like theater, so it's still very much I don't know. We have like, if we I'm thinking about more like people are of our age and their artist making, because if we are thinking about institutions, they kind of have this more some institutions have this kind of practice of performative arts in a more like broaden way,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't think that people are really um, like having an effort in creating. Some people are, and I think it's very much here in Portugal. We also have this idea that we really want to decentralize culture because Lisbon is like, as a capital, is so much. It has a lot of things, but people that are like in the suburbs, they don't really have a chance to have in their own spaces their own artist practices. So also I think that also plays a role in creating these individualities in the artist place. Yeah.
Mm. So there's not a lot of uh, interdisciplinarity, basically.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that some, like this festival that I was thinking about, they try to do that more. They have
Hmm.
like in the same night they might have like music and poetry and yeah, but I don't think that many people do that actually. Yeah,
Hmm. What are you working on right now?
honestly, not much. I'm just doing yeah, I'm on vacation right now. I just stopped doing my final works like this semester. But yeah, I wanted to do some things, but I don't think I have the time to do them now, because
Yeah.
I wanted to have like in the future I wanted to do like an installation, like a mixed media installation of like photography and video, but I'm not sure how it will like have a form in the future. But yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you're in uni, right? So like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
you
yeah.
you just wrote some stuff as well, I'm guessing, for your for
Hmm.
like Christmas term, I guess.
Yeah.
Christmas term, Christmas deadlines. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
also I'm just having like um like um this battle between what I really want to spend my time on, because if I want to write more, I have to spend more time just doing that. If I want to do more performance, I have to spend more time. So I think that balancing all of these things, it's kind of difficult right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a process, and it will, yeah, it will continue.
Do you want to be an academic?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm fit to the job.
Why?
I don't know. I think that academia is something that is very tricky, and that you have to have like a lot of confidence in yourself, and also you have to, here in Portugal particularly, you have to really fight for your place. And if you want to do like more contemporary stuff, I think sometimes it could be difficult, because
Yeah.
people in academia, they're not really receptive to that.
Mm,
And yeah, I don't really think that I will. Maybe something that is like on the side,
mhm.
like probably, yeah, but like actually in academia, I don't think I will do that. But yeah.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do then?
Mm, yeah, I think that thinking about like media studies and fandom, and how I was thinking about a lot of stuff. I also I was like searching through my books, and I just found this.
Oh my God, I'm seeing them on Sunday, literally. I'm seeing them in 3 days.
I would love that, actually. It's so sad that they haven't come to Portugal.
They haven't?
No.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
they were going everywhere. Okay.
No, Portugal is just not on the list, I guess.
I
But
didn't know. Oh no,
yeah,
go, 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 go. Go ahead.
no, because this is something that is very interesting, like how, like, how we. I think it's not only like a feminine thing, but I think it's also like a very girl thing to have these fandoms that you spend a lot of time consuming, um, to think about them, and they play a very prominent role in how you place yourself in society, and your own representations. And I was thinking about how when I got this book, when I started reading it, they were so important in my life. And this is something that I was thinking about before we were starting this call. And also, like, because I was thinking about, yeah, I think I had like a amino account, that's like that platform that has a lot of fandoms. I used to have like many different accounts, like for K-pop, for Mars Argo, for like a lot of different things. And I think this is so interesting how it's something that is also part of a like a coming of age narrative for my own life and for people of my age also, like how we used to grow through the internet, about these communities that we created because of these people, because of these like celebrities. And uh, I think that is very funny how these things play out. And I was also thinking about how when I was like 12 or 13, I went to the first time like to London, and I honestly thought that I was gonna like find Dan and Phil on the streets.
I still think that every day. I like every couple of months I'm sitting on the tube and I was like, what if Dan Howell was here right now? Like that could just happen. Because why hasn't it happened? It's been 4 years.
Yeah,
Like where are they? But they also don't leave the house. So
yeah, exactly, exactly.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Do you have a theory for like why you like them so much when you were
Mm.
younger?
I I think it's had a lot to the fandom at that time was very intense. I think it was like in 2016, 17. So yeah, that time, exactly that time. But yeah, I don't think I was that crazy of a fan. I just really liked them and really liked seeing their videos. Um, and I think my relationship to them is more like seeing these guys that they're like very close together, and people were always shipping them, of course. And how I was like discovering my own sexuality. I think this is something that it's yeah, I think that many of the fannies are like that. Like I was discovering my own sexuality and what I really liked about myself, my identity. And so they played a role in like this discovery and this idea that they were people that were okay with them with it. They didn't at the time, they didn't really talk about that, but they were like open to that idea, and they were very inviting to everyone. And I think it's more like about that, this idea that they, as like a duo, they created like a comfortable space for people to just be themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me it was a lot about like kind of I don't know if I'm using like placeholder intimacy, like the fact that they were so it was like they were a model for like what I wanted one day because they were just so comfortable with each other and they just were just both so fucking strange but like in the
Yeah.
same way, and they had somehow aligned perfectly.
Yeah.
Like just symmetrical totally.
Yeah. And also
their,
it's
yeah.
very interesting because they're very much alike, but also they're very much different from each other. And that is also very interesting. Like Dan is this, and like they're kind of like in yin yang, but at the same time they are very much like in sync.
I think their differences are superficial though. Like I feel like you know, like there's a theory that like couples kind of as they get closer together, they tend to be like, oh, this he's the nicer one, I'm the more, you know, straightforward one, or like whatever. Like I think they literally just developed that really quickly where they were like, oh, like, you know, you're more goth and I'm more like colors. Like I think they kind of consciously made the choice to like
No, but I'm I agree with that, but at the same time I think that when they are like joking with each other's like quirks, I think that at the same time they're very different because they have different ideas of what life should be and what not really life, other how do I explain this, like how they should behave. And I think that, yeah, so they're different in those ways, but also very similar to each other.
Mhm. I'm really interested uh in them right now because of what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like of this kind of just nostalgia era, like
Hmm.
totally. And that's kind of like what fandoms like the zine was based off of as well, because I wanted to almost mimic what they were doing.
Yeah.
Um, but like I'm just wondering whether they'll ever progress past that or like make something new, or if this is just what they're going to be forever, because it makes me a little sad.
Yeah. Yeah, probably it will be just this.
That sucks. But I guess they were just two guys in the end,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They
They're
weren't
just
like
playing on the internet. Yeah.
they never set out to be like creative geniuses or anything. They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
have fun. It's quite fun to think about. Sorry, can we go back to the band that doesn't exist thing?
I don't know how I'm gonna explain this. So basically, me and my friends, we have a band that is. I'm not sure how I can translate this, but the name is Batalha Palha, and it's basically like a play with the words. Like you have like those potato. I'm gonna just search, because you know those potato chips that are very like thin,
Mhm.
like very thin. I don't know how do you say it, like
Like a chip or like it's
like a
like
chip. Yeah, let me see.
an American chip.
I'm gonna search. So um, because in Portuguese, like potato sticks, is it that?
Oh, like the when it's like when you go to like the carnival and they take the potato and they go
Yeah,
and they put it on a stick.
like the hot one, like hot dog ones, like the kind of potato. I don't know if you do that, or kind of like potato chips that we put like on the hot dog.
Huh? No, we don't do that.
Wait,
I
let me see
can you
if I
pres-
can. Can I can I present? Like, can I
you
show
can
you?
yeah, present. Wait, can I do I have to make let you present? Let's see.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
okay.
it's basically this. Like, oh
Oh
wait,
wait, that's not what I was thinking of at all.
yeah,
Palha. But
but
like wait, does that
batata
mean stick?
palha.
Literally like in Russian we have palki. Like does
Yeah,
that mean
like
stick?
this. You see, like this. Yeah.
But the palha. I think I've had that, but I
Yeah.
not commonly. Okay, so you are that.
So
Cool.
basically, how can I stop this? Oh my god. Okay. So basically, this thing that is batata palha, um, basically, someone they didn't really they mistaken how they pronounce the words like batata palha, and they said batalha palha, and batalha in Portuguese is like battle.
Oh, okay.
And so when we were listening to this, me and my friend Mariana, uh, we were like, that is like such a good name for a band. And like in one day, we just created the idea for a band that exists but doesn't really exist. And so what it is about, it's about these ideas that something that is physical and something that is metaphysical, they can be at the same place. And so when we present ourselves, we say that we are born in the digital and we are for the digital, but we don't really exist. We don't have music. We don't have anything yet. And so it's very like a comedic duo. They think that they are better than everyone else, and then it's like this idea that, oh yeah, but when guys sing badly, it's grunge. But when girls sing badly, it's just bad. So yeah, we don't want to be like that. We want to really sing bad and to to own that. And so it's about these ideas of how the artistic scenes they're very masculine, and how sometimes we have to contradict that, and also have a lot of humor in what we do, because I think also something that I really think it's necessary is not to take ourselves too seriously. And so it's kind of like a, yeah, it's something that exists but doesn't really exist. And also just that is something that makes people think and makes people interested in what is going on. And yeah.
Okay, so you guys like literally rock up and you're like, we have a band, but
Yeah, yeah.
okay, okay.
And we did like a presentation at that like theater festival, and people really liked it. But yeah, after that we didn't do anything else. So it was like, yeah, it was it.
I think you should take it further. I think you should make like, like merchandise and like
Yeah, yeah,
introduce
yeah.
the band, but then not make any music.
Yeah, exactly. No, we wanted to do music just for laughs, but we won't ever like perform live, because my friend, and this is also something that is in this first ideas of this band, that was like she could never perform live because she has like a condition, like she has like something that is called hyperacusia, that is like a condition that affects like 1% of the people on the world. It's something like crazy. She has like chronic pain from sounds that are too high. And
Yeah.
so in like in day like in normal life, she is like catching the train, and just the sound of the train is something that is unbearable to her. And so she couldn't ever like perform live. But that's also like the charm of it. Like
That's
we
so
don't
funny.
really exist, we don't really, yeah.
Do you have assigned like roles? Like, are you like the vocalist or anything? Like, are you just both like
Yeah, we're both everything because we're
together?
both awesome. Yeah.
Hmm. I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it's something that is also in the works. We are gonna do more of it. We want to do more like we wanted to do like podcast clips to a podcast that doesn't exist, so that people could see it and be like, oh, let me check this, and there is no link to any anything whatsoever. Yeah.
It's almost like what's her name? Carola? Oh, you know who I'm talking about? Like the scam artist who like sold
I
a
don't
book that
know.
doesn't exist.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's her name? Oh my God. At the time, everyone loved her. I just can't remember.
Yeah.
Love
I
her
don't know the
though.
name either, but yeah, I know what you're talking.
Recently, she like posted something that she like slept with the New York shooter, with the healthcare
Oh my
shooter.
god.
That was her newest scam. I remember that. I
Oh
don't know if
my
it's
god.
true, but probably not.
Um, yeah.
Um, cool. Uh, is there? I think we can wrap up pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you want to mention or say to
Um,
the people?
I don't think so. Let me. Yeah, just be yourself. Do what you think it's good, what you think is funny. Don't really. Yeah, just I think that's something that is very important. Is that if you do art, or if you consume art, do it in like a genuine way. Like, don't really do it for other people, just do it for yourself. Because yeah, I think that sometimes people tend to create something that is for other people to see, and I think that yeah, you just do yourself, do your own thing. Yeah.
Okay. It's been really nice to talk to you. This was
Yeah,
so
you
cool.
too. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for inviting me.
of course. I hope you have a good night. Is it also 11 there, or is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Done.
Yeah. It's bedtime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a great night. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much. Thank you. Have a
Bye.
good day. Yeah, bye.